Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. Thank you guys in advance for liking and sharing, commenting, all the things. So what we're gonna do is, I noticed this week we have some big energies taking place. So I think I'm gonna just create a video for each one of these big transits. So we're gonna start today with September 1st, when we have Saturn moving into Pisces retrograde. And then we'll do one for Mercury entering Virgo, Uranus going retrograde in Gemini. We'll do one for the full moon, and for the lunar eclipse, as well as the solar eclipse, and a few other ones. We're gonna try it this way and just see what happens, see what comes up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with, what's the name of this deck? The Numinous Astro deck. And when I was shuffling before, we did have the second house that came up. So let me just talk a little bit about Saturn retrograde in Pisces before we begin, just so you guys have an idea of what we're dealing with. So Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces from September 1st to November 27th, 2025, after starting in Aries on July 13th, I think. So this event signifies a period for reflecting on and reinforcing, I should say, your emotional and creative structures, your boundaries, and your spiritual foundations. It's a time to look inward and to make long-term adjustments to build stronger personal and spiritual structures for the future. So it's a really good time to revisit boundaries. All right, and this has been coming up quite a bit in this week's reading. It doesn't surprise me, but it's a crucial time to review and to strengthen the boundaries that you've set in your relationships, in your work, in your personal life in general. It's a really big time for inner transformation, right? To focus on personal growth and spiritual evolution and emotional healing, by addressing unresolved issues and building inner strength. All right, it's also a really good time to evaluate your creative pursuits and your spiritual practices, just to kind of like ensure that they support your evolving self. A really good time, anytime we're in a retrograde, to slow down, to reflect, to take pause. It's a good time to consider the long-term truth and the validity of your life structures, rather than operating on lies or shaky foundations. It's a good time for letting go, right? So be open to releasing any unhealthy habits or outdated beliefs or anything that no longer supports your self-respect and your sense of security. All right. So self-awareness is going to be key here, right? Cultivate self-awareness and a willingness to transform from within, right? To navigate this. It could be potentially challenging, but ultimately rewarding this period. Make space for introspection, for spiritual practices, for conscious communication. Be mindful of your words, right? They carry greater karmic weight during this time, and it's a good time to use this period to plan your long-term goals, build a more stable, authentic foundation for your life. Yeah, it's a big karmic restructuring. All right, so it's a period for closing old cycles and integrating hard-earned lessons to create spiritual maturity and discipline. It's a call for emotional discipline and introspection, and a really good time for journaling and therapy or artistic practices. Use them to process and to digest emotions rather than suppressing that shit. All right, Saturn's not going to tolerate superficiality right? It will potentially bring down toxic relationships, addictions, spiritual bypassing, hidden corporate corruption will be brought into the light. It's also is an enhanced period of psychic abilities. All right, so just understand that you're going to have increased psychic and perceptive skills, as well as a stronger connection to the ethers, to the divine. Right? There is a spotlight on mental health, okay, with potential shift towards healthier coping mechanisms like meditation and creative expression, right? A powerful time for manifestations, right? And I know I already touched on that, so we're not going to go any further. Let's just see what comes up. I'm going to start with the Astro, the Numinous Astro deck. September 1st. We got Mercury coming out with communication. Venus coming out with love. Words, thoughts, analysis, information, learning, trade, ideas, smarts, reporting, awareness, vision. So your communicative skills are going to be increased at this time. And again, we do have Mercury the next day moving into Virgo. Okay, so Virgo is a very meticulous energy. It's practical and efficient. Can tend to be a little bit perfectionist in the shadow, right? So be aware of being overthinking or overcritical. I feel like this is in alignment with you setting your boundaries, you being able to speak your truth, and making sure that you're doing so also from a place of love. You may find that you can be charming at this time, right? You're very attractive, and that could work against you if you're not very careful. So again, make sure that you are careful with your words at this time. All right, Gemini on the bottom can go both ways, right? It's the twin, the dark and the light. So just be very conscious and aware. Make sure that you're staying centered in your heart, and not allowing your mind to get the best of you. All right, because there could be a lot going on in the mind. So a really good time for meditation, self-direction, self-awareness. Let's see. Okay. That's interesting that they all came out in reverse, considering I'm not holding this deck upside down. Oh. Shit. These are some really big energies indirect here. And it makes sense because Saturn is in retrograde, which retrograde, for those that don't know, is the period when it appears to be going backwards. Okay, and also Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac wheel. So you could be revisiting some of your old patterns, some of your old wounds, some of your old behaviors, especially associated with work, with karma, career. Saturn is the Lord of karma. So we're gonna have to go a little deeper on this. Let's see what this is. The Tower upright would be like unexpected chaos, like shit kind of like just coming out of thin air. But the Tower does come with revelation, right? That's the beautiful thing about the Tower. The Tower in reverse. There could be some big learning moments here around where you might be resistant to change, where you might be like avoiding a confrontation that might be kind of necessary. Or it could be like a crisis that's been averted or delayed, but still could pose a threat here. The reverse tower suggests an internal struggle with change, or a chaotic situation that's either avoided or lessened, or is now being processed internally. All right, be careful about clinging to old patterns or beliefs or structures that no longer serve you. There may be some internal upheaval or some emotional buildup that needs to be released, even if it's not yet externally apparent. All right. This can also suggest like a rebuilding, but maybe with a less drastic or more gentle approach. There's change coming. Could be postponed, but it's coming. The Hierophant in reverse. Gosh, these are some really big energies, you guys. Understand, these are 3 major arcana indirect here. And there's only, out of, 78 cards, there's only 22, I think, major arcana. So the Hierophant in reverse, there's a bit of a rebellion here. Could be a desire to like break free, some kind of rigid structure, rigid rules, societal expectations. It encourages you to question established norms and to trust your own intuition. And to pursue your personal authentic path rather than blindly following authority or some kind of outdated practice. All right. This can also suggest problems with leadership, a need for some reorganization in career or finance, or a feeling of being restricted by some kind of structure, restrictive rules. And then the high priestess in indirect, there could be some secrets being withheld here. Someone that you or someone that you're involved with could be disconnected from their inner wisdom, which leads to self-doubt, clouded emotions, or like a struggle to trust their instincts and their deeper truths. It's a really good time for deeper self-inquiry so that you can overcome these internal or external obstacles and address hidden agendas or misinformation. Someone might be ignoring some signs that your inner voice might be feeling suppressed here. Be wary of hidden agendas or feeling manipulated by withheld information. Make sure that you stay connected with your inner self and check that you're not running on any subconscious programs that could lead to some poor decision making. All right. Don't doubt your own instincts. Let's see. We're going to go with the healing. I don't know. The animal spirit is calling. This one was also calling. I don't want to make this reading too long. Let's see. Tell me about this tower. We'll go with our first instinct. Oh, shit. We got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this could be around money for sure. You could be rethinking something in career. There could be some kind of obstacle at career. But we got the World. The World signifies the completion of a cycle, wrapping things up, success, hearing trust. You're going to want to trust yourself. Tell me about this Hierophant reverse. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I think it's just really saying trust yourself. There could be, with the Three of Cups in reverse, there could be some obstacles with others at this time, right? Especially around money or finances. Tell me about this Hierophant in reverse. Seven of Wands. Yeah, defend yourself, all right? Hold your boundaries. That's what this whole thing is giving. Like, literally stay in your power here. Stay in your confidence. Stay in your fire energy. Remember that you are creating, right? You are the creator here. So just keep in mind, if someone is like crossing your boundaries, or this could be an opportunity for you to communicate and to speak your truth from a place of love, right? From a place of kindness and respect, yet authority, right? Speak your truth. And I feel like you're gonna have to trust that, and maybe you want to set some clear intentions that the best outcome is always coming to you, right? That you're learning and growing and standing in your truth. You are learning to defend yourself, to stand up for yourself. Let's get some animal spirits out here. Yeah, look. This is also energy of clearing the unnecessary. Know that anything that is exiting out of your life at this time, it's for a higher purpose. All right? Trust in yourself. Trust in your fire. Trust what you're passionate about. Right? Trust your inner being and stand on that shit. Some fierce energy. You are the creator. What did I just say? You are creating this is your web that you're weaving. So don't back down. If you're feeling like you need to set a boundary, then trust that, right? Speak your truth. Don't hold it in, because that will only cause for more chaos internally. All right. Make sure that you are doing things to calm your body, your mind. This is a time of heightened awareness. A really good time for using, like, to create art, to a really powerful creative time. So maybe if you're needing an outlet, maybe you want to paint some shit or write, or however you know, whatever aligns with you artistically. Maybe you want to build something, whatever it is. Let's get one more. Yeah, make sure that you are staying in alignment. Also, not blaming others or quitting too easily. Okay. This did come out in reverse, which can be an energy of quitting. Instead of quitting or instead of blaming others, it's going to be important to go within, to do some introspection, because this does feel like there's something else that needs to be noticed. Yeah, there may be some external shit going on in your physical reality. However, this is, look, and the golden egg is also the heart, Venus, right? So a really good time for contemplation and introspection. Tap into the heart space and ask the heart what it truly wants, what it truly needs, right? Have that conversation with self. Maybe journal it out, see what comes up. Let's get some from the Heal Yourself to wrap this up. For September 1st, Saturn in Pisces. Sadness. Number 5 represents change, transformation. Look at where you may be sad. You might be holding some sadness in your body somewhere, or perhaps in your heart space. This could be you, or you could be dealing with someone that is also holding some sadness. So how do you deal with your sadness? What outlet do you have to deal with your sadness? We got temptation, the Phoenix rising, which has been coming out a lot the past couple days. In fact, I just took a picture side by side. We had the Phoenix rising, and then the Phoenix also came out in this deck. We got take off your masks and alchemy. All right, so you may be tempted to make a move. Don't operate from your emotions. All right, make sure that your mind and your heart are in alignment here, because there could be a lot of emotions here. But we're doing away with the old. All right, our old being is being burnt up. We're removing our masks. We are letting our authentic self shine. And 2025, we're using alchemy to transform ourselves into our highest aspect, into our highest self. All right, so just be aware, be very self-aware at this time, collective. All right, these are just cycles. It's a really good time to let go of the old, outdated version of self. I want to get a couple angel cards to wrap this up for advice. Thank you guys again for liking, sharing, comment. Let me know you're here. All right, for September 1st, Saturn, Pisces. Yee. All right. In the bottom, we've got turquoise, spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. We've got ametrine, balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. And we've got ruby, bless your heart. What did I say? The heart space just keeps coming out here. Ruby is also my birthstone. It says, reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. Yeah, you could be holding some sadness in your heart space. Some of you guys may want to work on that on an energetic level, okay? Or find somebody that can assist you with releasing some of this. Thank you guys again for liking and sharing, commenting. Make sure you're subscribed. Tap that notification bell if you'd like to be notified of upcoming videos. Love you guys. Take good care.